as RCB, JRCB is echoing across the world, ladies and gentlemen. Not just in the city of Bengaluru or the country, it's across the world. Fans in London, the United States, even the United Arab Emirates chanting Jai RCB as this stellar victory has been delivered to the team after 18 years. Remember, Virat Kohli also made it clear that he will not leave this franchise till his last day in the IPL. His loyalty turning into reward as destiny has smiled on the boys in red, finally at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. And Harish is joining us on the broadcast when it comes to this grand celebration at the Vidhana Saudha. A ceremonial welcome also in store for the boys in red. Harish, over to you.
Well, the players have just reached Vidhana Saudha moments ago, which means that the ceremony will start soon and that will go until 6 o'clock. So there is a good 1 hour delay in this entire itinerary. They were supposed to be at Vidhana Saudha at 4 o'clock and this program was supposed to conclude by 5 o'clock, but just now the team has reached and the program will start. The Chief Minister, all of them will be in attendance that program. In the meanwhile, the wait continues outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium here in Bengaluru. Nearly 30,000 people inside the stadium. Equal number or perhaps more outside the stadium, hoping to get a glimpse of Virat Kohli, hoping to get a glimpse of the title, the IPL Cup that has reached Bengaluru after 18 long years. So that wait continues outside Chinnaswamy Stadium. Many of them knowing very well that highly unlikely that they would get any chance of getting inside the stadium, but still waiting out here, hoping that when the bus crosses this road, they will get a glimpse of Virat Kohli and other favorite stars of theirs from this RCB team. That's the kind of hope that's there here outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. The police, remember, having a tough time. They've got less than 16 hours to prepare for this and they've put in additional forces, but they've been outnumbered by a big margin here and they're ensuring that no untoward incident happens here. And in the meanwhile, different gates have been designated. The app that was giving out tickets for this event has crashed. So many of them who did not even have tickets have managed to get inside. Others who managed to get a ticket but they're not able to access the app, they're waiting outside. So chaotic scenes in a way, but all of them saying that whether it's outside the stadium or inside, we just want a glimpse of our favorite team and favorite star.
And as you can see those visuals on your screen, all eyes on Virat Kohli as well, as he's also meeting young fans coming up to him and congratulating him for his victory. Also Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar and Governor Thawarchand Gehlot also on the stage with the boys in red. This is a historic day for RCB, the franchise that has fought for an IPL title for 18 years, now finally clinching the trophy. And King Kohli, he had an emotional moment last night with the 3 balls left before the end of the match. He just teared up as the title now was in his grasp, and now it seems it's finally sunk in that the boys in red are IPL champions. Harish continues to be with us. Harish, so even though all the boys in red are at the Vidhana Saudha, the sea of red across the city of Bengaluru, this is a title that has eluded the IT capital and RCB fans across the globe for 18 years. But finally, 18 years of meditation finally paying off as destiny smiles upon them. We try to reconnect with Harish over there, but you can see those visuals on your screen. Governor Thawarchand Gehlot and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah sitting right next to Virat Kohli and the boys in red as they soak in the scenes at the Vidhana Saudha with hundreds and thousands of RCB fans right outside, and they wave to their fans who have carried this team forward, never losing hope that they would get the IPL title. Right, and Harish continues to be with us on the broadcast. So Harish, as I was saying, it's the will of the RCB fans carrying this team for the last 18 years, never losing hope, and you saw that explosion of celebration last night that only continues till today.
Absolutely. Many of them, I'm guessing, haven't slept since last night. Just look at the number of liquor sales, 157 crore in just one night in Karnataka. So the city and the state has partied hard. I guess many of them here have also partied hard till early morning and then made it to Chinnaswamy in the afternoon.
Yeah, we hardly could take a sleep last night. It was a phenomenal feeling. RCB winning the cup is like, dream come true. Like, we are the true fans of RCB, and Virat is literally like a god. Like, RCB is not just an emotion, it's beyond that. He winning the trophy, lifting the trophy, it's like lifting all the emotions pumped up tonight, and we are all excited to see him here. You can see the energy of the Bangalore here. It's just like so surreal. It is like never before. You can see all the newspapers, headlines, everything flowing and flowing, because he's the person who is much deserving than any other, and the team has performed phenomenally well.
What do you think stood out this year? I mean, 18 years we've had star-studded lineup. We've had ABD, we've had Chris Gale and others.
Yes.
But this time there's something different right from the auction time.
Yeah, so since the auction time, many people look down upon the selection of the RCB team. I think Dinesh Karthik has played really smart over there. I think Krunal Pandya and also Jitesh Sharma has played a very good job. And yesterday, Krunal Pandya's the clutch knock was extremely well. I think these are the moments you have to celebrate.
We can't forget Dinesh Anna.
Yeah, obviously, you cannot forget anyone. Dinesh Karthik, we have to owe him so much. RCB has a special corner for each of the coaches, the players, and the families especially. We almost had happy tears last night, and we were actually seeing the reels and whatever posts on social media on a repeated note. I think the feeling is phenomenal, and yeah, God is there.
Did you get to manage to get the tickets?
I didn't get the tickets actually, but I am, just like Virat said, I'm still hoping for that 1% chance to get inside.
Well, that's the 1% is enough. He's waited for 18 years. Well, that's the sentiment here, right? They follow their team closely. They know about what's happened in the auction. They know about the team composition. They know about who's played a significant impact on this team. Somebody mentioning Dinesh Karthik, his contribution in the run-up to the auction, in ensuring Jitesh ends up being what he ended up being and hitting those crucial knocks. Jitesh himself crediting Dinesh Karthik for that kind of a turnover that he's seen throughout this tournament.
Absolutely, and Harish, and let's not forget Rajat Patidar as well. Even though the cameras continue to focus on Virat Kohli, clearly this is a stellar moment for him because this title has eluded him over 18 years. Rajat Patidar, the captain who led the boys in red to this IPL title, this historic IPL title, the first one in 18 years. We'll try to reconnect with Harish over there. I think the line is coming in and out, but those are the scenes from the Vidhana Sauda. You can see the boys in red standing up and getting the greeting from not just the fans, but even members of the state government. A ceremonial welcome awaits them, but you can also see Chief Minister Siddha Ramaiah, Karnataka Governor Thavarchand Gehlot, as well as Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar there, along with the boys in red, as the entire city turns out to celebrate RCB. They painted a sea of red across the city of Bengaluru as the cheers Jai RCB ring out across the globe, not just in the city of Bengaluru, not just across the country, but also across the globe, with fans in London, in the United States, and even the Middle East, all chanting Jai RCB. And Virat Kohli, of course, this was an emotional moment for him. You can see the leaders now getting up. I think the felicitation ceremony is set to begin as they honor the champions for this historic win that has been buzzing the street of the city of Bengaluru and streets across the IT capital. As Harish was pointing out, the celebration has not ended. Almost everyone in the city is out on the streets celebrating this victory. 157 crore in one night were the alcohol sales in Bengaluru. So they partied hard last night, as we saw those visuals coming in from MG Road, which were completely flooded with RCB fans, and you can see the party even continues now just across the Vidhan Sauda, across from the stage where the ceremony is taking place. RCB fans are gathered in the thousands to get a glimpse of the boys in red and congratulate them for the stellar victory, raising their heads high after 18 years of meditation to get the IPL title. RCB are finally IPL champions after 18 years, and Kohli's loyalty to this brand is something that has finally paid off. The title that has eluded him finally in his grasp. Harish is back with us on the broadcast. So Harish, we were talking about the other key pillars of RCB. We were talking about Krunal Pandya, Dinesh Karthik. Let's not forget Rajat Patidar, the captain who has led the boys in red to the stellar victory as well.
Absolutely. Imagine somebody who was picked up for 2 million odd and didn't play a significant role, was walked down by come season last year. RCB decides that they need when they were looking for captaincy and who they want to retain. Imagine he gets retained alongside Virat Kohli, and the unboxing it's Virat who addresses the RCB crowd and says that it's Rajat Patidar who will take forward, who will take this leadership mantle forward. So that's the kind of faith that they had imposed in Rajat Patidar. And really, he is the absolute captain. There was a time when he had suffered injuries, so his captaincy is something that many said was fantastic. Even yesterday, introducing Krunal Pandya early, just after the power play, and ensuring that he gets the wicket. Remember, he played a significant role as well in getting those crucial wickets, or at the same time bringing in Romario to that crucial wicket of is something that has been lauded by experts as well. And RCB hoping that they can group these players. Remember, for RCB in this election, this particular season is the fact that the Indian talent has performed. Unlike with the previous seasons when you had Virat performing, Chris Gayle or AB performing, this time around you had the Indian talent performing, the likes of Rajat Patidar, the likes of Mayank Agarwal, Devdutt Padikkal, all of them doing well. Even Jitesh, in fact, in that qualifier played a 6 knock. So all of them, and that's perhaps one of the main reasons why RCB has clicked this season.
Right, and you can see the rush in front of the RCB players as the government felicitates them with the ceremonial turbans as well as garlands. There's such a rush of personnel in and around, and DK Shivkumar trying to get things in order as all the boys in red are getting their ceremonial turbans as well as garlands at the Vidhana Sauda to honour their historic win with RCB lifting the IPL title after 18 years and getting that ceremonial treatment at the Vidhana Sauda from the state government. Also, Harish, as you were pointing out, we can't forget the contribution of other players, and something that Virat Kohli also highlighted, saying that such a victory that RCB has achieved after 18 years, it's the pillars that were set up by people like AB de Villiers as well as Chris Gayle that has led to this historic moment.
Well, absolutely. I remember 2016, they came very close to getting this title. It was a heartbreak for people of as a part of the team itself. Virat himself, in a couple of interviews, has said how he had sleepless nights after that particular final. So there has been a gradual progression in terms of improving this team. Let's not forget, Dinesh Karthik played a significant role last time around, last season, as a player. And then for the management to understand that he has a very smart cricketing brain and he needs to be in the setup and continue with him as a mentor and as part of the coaching staff this year. So there have been good calls, right from who they retain to having players who are going out, coming back as coach, as part of the coaching staff. So there have been good decisions made both in the auction and outside as well. And that has really paid off.
Absolutely, and you can see the felicitation ceremony continuing at the Vidhana Sauda, the cup right in the middle of this crowd of people who are putting those ceremonial turbans as well as those garlands on the RCB players. And I think everyone's trying to get a selfie as well as they can get a chance, and they're being pushed around by the security. So a little bit of chaos right in front of RCB team at the Vidhana Sauda. So many personnel moving in and out as everyone is trying to whip out their smartphones and get a glimpse and a selfie with these RCB champions. But the government personnel also trying to clear the crowd as well, so that the rest of the crowd across Vidhana Sauda, the thousands of fans who have gathered, can get a glimpse of the boys in red with their ceremonial gear, their turbans as well as their garlands. I'm also joined by Mohan Das Pai, a proud Bengalurian when it comes to this historic victory by RCB. Thank you, Mr. Pai, for joining us on the broadcast. How has been your night and how has been your morning after RCB's victory?
Well, a great feeling of exhilaration, joy and happiness. We have waited 18 years for this. The whole of the central Bangalore CBT area is choked with traffic. Traffic has come to a standstill. Thousands of people are in front of Vidhan Sauda celebrating and going along with the team. And everybody is delirious with joy because it's taken 18 long years. We should have won it many times earlier, but it did not. And now I think Bengaloreans also thank Vijay Mallya for buying the team, making the brand and creating, such a great following. Even though when he was there, they could not win the trophy. But I think we are very happy because this is our team. This is Bangalore's own special team. And finally, they got their act together and they won. And it showed the spirit of Bangalore that we will fight, we will persevere, we will keep fighting, we'll never bow down, we'll always try to win and we will win. We shall conquer. And that is the spirit of Bangalore, eternal spirit of Bangalore to fight against anything that can go wrong. But we shall keep fighting, we shall improve, we shall make the future better, even if it takes us a little bit longer than others.
Right. And Mr. Pai, I've been speaking to a lot of RCB fans and many of them are saying that even though it was a nail-biter of a match, there was a 6-run margin. Many RCB fans, both at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad and in Bengaluru, they said that there was something in the air. There was an electricity in the air that the cup was coming home this time.
Yeah, the electricity and expectation. We came to the final. We went through many vicissitudes while coming to the final. There were many times when we thought we're not going to make it, but we made it. The boys fought very, very hard and they won a nail-biting finish. But the fact that they stood up in the end and won, even though the margin was small, showed the spirit of Bangalore. The spirit of Bangalore which says that we shall always persevere, we shall always win, and we shall always fight back. I think it's fantastic. That's the real spirit of Bangalore. And I think it is there for everybody to see. So it's a great day for us, great news. And I think there was something in the air that night. Isn't it? It's like the ABBA song. There was something in the air that night. I think, we'll sing the song now.
And after a lot of celebration, I think the rain gods are also trying to keep the celebrations on track because it started raining at the Vidhan Sauda. And I think the boys in red are being rushed out of that area back into the bus ahead of their ceremony at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So the rain gods also trying to keep them on schedule, Mr. Pai. Bengaluru, of course, throwing those googlies time and time again, even in this case. But when it comes to RCB lifting this title, we also saw as we were talking about that the anticipation was high. I think the RCB fans outnumbered the Punjab fans at the Narendra Modi Stadium and Bengaluru just exploded with these scenes of celebration. MG Road was chock-a-block with parties and I think it was that 18-year wait, finally all of that tapasya, that meditation finally paying off for the people of Bengaluru.
Yes, for 18 years we waited. We had the best team in industry. We had the best team in India. We had all the great names. We paid through our nose for buying all those players. It didn't happen. It finally happened. So, we are all delirious with joy. We are delirious with joy that it finally happened after so long. I think the length of time that went by, I think has made us much more happier, even though we have been frustrated for so long. What a fantastic team. What a great set of guys. But, they couldn't get their act together. And finally, they got their act together. I think it had to happen. I really wish Vijay Mallya was here to witness, the victory because he has worked so hard for this. We must remember Vijay Mallya with great gratitude. He built the team, he got the names, he created the brand. This was his dream team. And I think we should always have gratitude, even if he's not here facing legal issues and all the nice stuff. But we must remember him because he was the founder, he was the creator. And now it has finally happened after 18 years. And I think the trophy has come home. And now they're, all celebrating. And I hope they keep the trophy for the next 5 years. Once you reach the top, you should not be downhill all the way. You must stay there, fight off everybody, and show to the Bengalurians that they are our team. Bangalore is a great city, the richest city in India. It's got the biggest tech industry in the world. Now we got RCB. We won the IPL, the biggest trophy in the world. So this is great news.
Yeah, Bengaluru from a city turning into a nation state, if you will, with its own kind of identity. Thank you, Mr. Pai, for sharing your perspective. We're also joined by Kannada actress Tara on the broadcast. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us on the broadcast as we celebrate the RCB victory in IPL 2025. Your recollections of the match and when it was declared that RCB are the IPL champions?
And we are very, very, very happy to see this crowd, this is the love and affection shown by Kannadigas, shown by our Karnataka people. I don't know, I'm really thrilled and I'm very overwhelmed of this. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Hello?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah,
please continue.
ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. I think it's better if I tell in my language only.
Go ahead.
ನಮಗೆ 18 ವರ್ಷದ ತಪಸ್ಸಿದು ನಾವು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಈ ತರದೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ತರದೊಂದು ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ತರದೊಂದು ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇದು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರ ನಿಜವಾದ ಭಾವನೆ. ಇದು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ has become culture of our not only the state, of course, country also. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅನ್ಸಿದೆ. ಇದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗನಿಗೂ ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಆಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ತುಂಬಾ 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 ಸಂತೋಷ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ I think you can make out what the love and affection we people are giving them. Not only that, we are so proud of them and we feel that yes, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. RCB is ours.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your perspective. God and cricket, one of the two things that define what it is to be an Indian, and that is now evident in the city of Bengaluru. But Jai RCB is the slogan now across the city of Bengaluru and across the globe. You can also see those are the scenes from the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You can see thousands of fans thronging the stands as they await the boys in red, who I believe have left the Vidhana Sauda and now heading towards the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Not one empty seat left and the seats are filling fast. You can see on the right side of your screen, the seats are filling fast as more and more fans are flooding into the stadium. A grand celebration celebrating the boys in red who have got the title home after 18 years. And everyone wants a glimpse of Virat Kohli, the title that has eluded him for 18 years as he has stayed loyal to RCB. Now the IPL championship in his hand, but of course the rain gods trying to play spoiler but not dampening the spirits of the RCB fans in the stadium. Remember, the boys in red were rushed out of the Vidhana Sauda because it started raining. It was an outdoor event where they were felicitated by the state government, but thousands of fans there at the Chinnaswamy Stadium awaiting the boys in red to celebrate the IPL victory from last night. Remember, it was a nail-biter of a match, a 6-run margin between the two sides, but destiny smiled upon the boys in red and delivered them this trophy that has eluded them for 18 years. Virat Kohli, before the end of the over itself, felt the hand of destiny on his shoulder and he wept and he cried as the IPL title was now in his hands. And you can see that it's finally sunk in for the boys in red as they are IPL champions and have brought the title home. But for the people of Bengaluru who have waited for 18 years, this is a glorious moment as they celebrate their champions who have helped them get this victory, get this huge sense of elation after 18 years of rooting for RCB. So those are the scenes from the Chinnaswamy Stadium. On the right side, the scenes from the Vidhana Sauda as the state government felicitated the boys in red. And now all eyes on the Chinnaswamy Stadium for that grand celebration, hailing the boys in red for their stellar victory in IPL 2025. You can see the bus is headed towards the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You can see the fans also running alongside the bus. They should of course, there should be some safety in mind, but at the same time, who can contain their excitement when the boys in red are in Bengaluru? RCB team headed towards the Chinnaswamy Stadium and fans alongside, along with personnel, trying to get a glimpse, trying to get that glorious selfie that they can share with their friends and family with the boys in red. And Sudat is back with us on the broadcast. Sudat, so clearly, rain gods trying to play spoiled sport, but the spirit of Bengaluru not being dampened anytime soon.
Oh yes, definitely. In fact, it has turned out to be something more than spirit itself, as fans in fact have barged into the Vidhana Saudha. The rains have assisted this, especially given that heavy rain suddenly started to pour down here at the Vidhana Saudha very much during the felicitation ceremony, and many fans have in fact barged into the Vidhana Saudha. Many people have tried to get access to the players itself, and during the process, we have also seen, in fact, the visuals of people throwing slippers, pipes and various other objects into the Vidhan Saudha, hurling them at the media as well as the general populace, the security personnel inside the Vidhana Saudha, expressing their ire at the fact that they couldn't catch a glimpse of their players. So clearly, frenzy has gone a bit out of control as well. Bengaluru is well and truly, soaking in the spirit of, RCB having clinched its first ever IPL title. So Bengaluru is in a completely festive frenzy as of now, and looks like there is no stopping it at the moment. Even as the police personnel try to ensure that law and order is maintained.
Absolutely, and fans also thronging outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium, getting on top of the trees so they can grab a glimpse of the players. You can see those visuals on your screen. They've even climbed up the trees so that they can get a nice photo of the players. And on the right side were the scenes from the Vidhana Saudha before the rain gods played spoil sport. And as the fans, as Siddharth is pointing out, even barged into the Vidhana Saudha to get closer to the players. So everyone wants their kind of moment, their fan moment with these players, trying to get that quick selfie. But clearly a lot of frenzy in Bengaluru since last night. But those are the scenes from the Chinnaswamy Stadium. The josh is high, the cheering is high as everyone awaits the boys in red to enter the Chinnaswamy Stadium and be felicitated for their stellar victory in IPL 2025, lifting the title for the first time in 18 years, ladies and gentlemen. But you can see the josh continues to remain high. Siddharth is back with us on the broadcast and continues to be with us when it comes to this rolling coverage of this grand celebration in Bengaluru. Siddharth, you've been there since last night. The party hasn't ended. The josh remains high. A huge victory for RCB when it comes to the IPL title. But at the same time, Virat Kohli front and center, an emotional moment for him. It seems it's finally sunk in that the title that eluded him, now he's finally IPL champion. So that, are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you. Could you repeat the question, please?
Right, I can understand there's a lot of noise around where you are, given the cheering and the thrill across the city of Bengaluru. Virat Kohli, of course, front and center of this victory, given the fact that this title has eluded him for 18 years. But we can't forget Krunal Pandya, Dinesh Karthik, Rajat Patidar, the other pillars that have hoisted this stellar victory.
Definitely. Let's remember, RCB has always traditionally had squads that is over-reliant on the batting. Very often it's very light in bowling department. As you can see, it has hurt us on multiple occasions where our bowlers have failed to really captivate on the situation or form any kind of situation where the batsman can actually play a competitive game. But this time around, RCB, in fact, corrected many of these measures. In fact, right in the auction table itself, we saw that RCB was extremely smart in its auction pick. It saw to it that the RCB has a very balanced squad. And usually you see, it's either been Virat, AB de Villiers or Chris Gayle. They have been the mainstay of RCB's batting. But this time around, Virat had the liberty to play his natural game, his waiting game on many occasions and accelerate at the pace he wanted to because the batting around him was extremely strong. And with a bowling unit that includes the like of world-class players like Hazelwood and of course the ever-experienced Bhuvneshwar Kumar and of course the addition of someone like Krunal Pandya, the bowling too was bolstered to an extremely good extent. So this is clearly what led to RCB's title this time around, given that there was at least 10 players of the match in this entire edition, which goes to show what a well-balanced unit it was.
Absolutely, and those are the scenes from outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You can see the sea of fans trying to get into the stadium, trying to get their way into the stadium, trying to get hold of some tickets so that they can see the felicitation ceremony. They're climbing up to the trees as well just to get a glimpse of the boys in red, and you can see the flags are waving. They're trying their very best to climb up on the walls as well, just to get a glimpse of the RCB team as they head towards the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So the excitement is there, and the police are also struggling to try to keep these frenzied fans at bay. So the josh remains high, so that at the end of the day, we have to deal with this kind of fanfare whenever it comes to RCB and them claiming their title after almost 18 years. This kind of joy, this explosion of celebration was bound to happen once they clinched this title.
Yes, definitely. Let's remember, cricket is very much a religion in India. It has a fanfare like no other. It meant a lot more to the city and Karnataka because RCB, the men's side at least, haven't clinched a title for 80 years now. Inception of
Right, I think given the fact that there's such a crowd and there's so much chaos taking place as the team heads to the Chinnaswamy Stadium, there's a sea of fans greeting the RCB team. We're getting that, I think that we've lost that line with Sudat over there, but Harish is back with us on the broadcast. So Harish, we can see those very electric scenes coming in from the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Fans just waiting to, trying their very best to get inside. Also becoming a challenge for the cops outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But the josh remains high all the way since last night. Everyone wants to get a glimpse of the boys in red.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, news coming in suggesting that at least 7 to 8 people have been injured in a stampede-like situation at a couple of gates of the Chinnaswamy Stadium. The injured have been moved to a nearby government hospital. At least 3 of them said to be seriously injured at this point in time. Crowd management becoming a real challenge outside Chinnaswamy Stadium, even as we speak. You have the stadium management authorities making announcements on PA systems, asking people to leave the area outside the system, saying there is no seats available inside the stadium, and they should make way, especially the ones who are on the main road.
Absolutely. You can see those scenes on the left side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. This advisory also coming in on the authorities to make room, to not crowd these areas, to try to stay away from dangerous sites like climbing on those walls where you can get hurt by the railings and by the barbed wire. 3 people have been reported injured as crowd control seems to becoming a challenge outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But the police doing their best when it comes to trying to control the crowd and even getting medical attention to those who are being injured in this massive crowd that's gathered outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So that advisory also coming in to the authorities, and also this message to all RCB fans. It's great to have a lot of josh for the RCB team, but please be also wary about your fellow fans when it comes to gathering outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Please be careful when it comes to moving around these areas, because given the size of the fanfare and the size of the crowd, it can get a bit dangerous. So that advisory also coming in from the authorities, that message from us as well. You can celebrate your team as much as you want, but please be safe and please take care of each other when you're out celebrating this stellar victory by RCB after 18 years. Sudat is also back with us on the broadcast. So Sudat, some alarm also coming in given the crowd management outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You can see those visuals on our screen, police trying to ferry those injured to get some medical attention. So crowd control also becoming a point of concern as you see all these fans climbing up the trees, walking on the railings. They're really raising the chances of getting injured as they wait outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium for the RCB team.
Yes, definitely. Yes, there is much fanfare here. The crowd has absolutely gone ballistic given that RCB has finally clinched the men's title, the IPL, after wait of 18 long years. But at this point, it is borderline hysteria. It's no longer just a regular frenzy and euphoria. This is mass hysteria in a way, as fans have really, gone wild, to put it as crudely as possible, to the point that we have seen a bit of injuries here and there. We are yet to ascertain how many people could have possibly been injured, but the police are attending to this immediately. And given that it was just yesterday yesterday that RCB won the title, and the police have barely had 24 hours to really set up everything in place. This is getting extremely challenging. Crowd control is becoming a huge issue, given that suddenly at a point of time, lakhs and lakhs of people have gathered, causing only more problems to the police. Clearly, fans are not over the fact that RCB have managed to, get this stupendous achievement under the belt, and that is why you have seen some unfortunate incidents here and there. But so far, outside the Vidhana Saudha for now, things seem to have come to a certain level of normalcy. Crowds are slowly dispersing. But again, some concerning news surrounding the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Of course, we'll come to know more updates in a coming while about what exactly has happened and how many people could have possibly been injured in the unfortunate skirmish.
Right, but we're getting more information so that this tragic news coming in from the Chinnaswamy Stadium where 7 people have died in a stampede at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So a huge dampener when it comes to the celebrations as well. Crowd control remaining a cause for concern. So the stampede also disrupting all the joy in the wake of this victory that RCB has been able to achieve last night, the first title after 18 years. But clearly crowd control becoming that level of a challenge where 7 people are now reported dead in a stampede outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. That advisory has to go out and more people have to be deployed to control the crowd, and the advisory has to go to the people themselves to maintain some level of calm as they try to celebrate the RCB team.
So perhaps after a certain point, with the amount of euphoria seen, bit of sanity has been thrown to the wind, as well as fans have truly gone ballistic, hoping to catch a glimpse of their players. As I mentioned before, they've tried to barge into the Vidhan Saudha as well, tried to get access to the players, tried to view their beloved marquee stars who are responsible for RCB's stupendous
Sudat, I'm sorry to interrupt. One more update for our viewers. It seems that in the wake of this stampede, the celebrations have now been cut short at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and the team has now returned to their hotel. You can see the challenge in front of the police officials in trying to control this crowd. You can see 3 people have been injured, 7 have died in a stampede outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and now the team is returning to its hotel from the Chinnaswamy Stadium where this celebration was expected. Crowd control seems to have collapsed as these people refuse to budge from outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and the number of people gathered outside has led to a stampede, forcing the police to even take out their lathis and push them back to control the crowd. In this frenzy, everyone wants to get a glimpse of the team, but this has led to now 7 deaths outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and the celebrations have now been cut short for safety of not just the players but even the people themselves. The team is now returning back to the hotel. We saw these scenes of chaos outside the Vidhana Saudha, but at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, the startling development that's coming in is that 7 people have died in stampedes at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and 3 people are reported injured. More and more forces are being poured in to control the crowd, but clearly this frenzy has gone out of hand, where Team RCB is now returning back to the hotel after 7 people have been reported dead outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So what a turn of events. We were celebrating RCB's stellar victory, but clearly in the wake of what happened at the Vidhana Saudha, given the fact that several people had barged into the Vidhana Saudha, given the fact that there was a crowd control issue at the Vidhana Saudha, it seems it has gone out of control at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You saw all these people gathering on the barricades, gathering along the railings, climbing up trees, but so much of a crowd has gathered that 7 people have now died at the Chinnaswamy Stadium because of a stampede. Crowd control becoming a serious issue, and given the safety concerns, now Team RCB returning back to its hotel. It seems the celebration at the Chinnaswamy Stadium has been cut short. To get more updates, I'm joined by my colleague Sudat to get more details as the situation continues to unfold in Bengaluru, where the celebrations have now been cut short. 7 people reported dead. The team returning back to the hotel. Sudat, over to you.
Yes, extremely concerning news coming from outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium premises. What we hear is that 7 people have lost their lives and perhaps many more might have been injured in the process. Of course, more official news has to come from the police itself as to how many people have lost their lives and how many people more have been injured. Given that there has been so much hysteria outside Vidhana Saudha and Chinnaswamy Stadium, the entire stretch has seen a deluge of people. Perhaps this has become an unfortunate byproduct of the frenzy that Bengaluru witnesses as a result of RCB's historic achievement yesterday, winning the IPL for the first time since its inception. It has become an unfortunate, products of this entire fanfare. What was supposed to be, a massive achievement, a massive celebration, when the entire city is soaked in festive mood. We see that such an unfortunate news has come about people having passed away to Stampede. Again, more official news has to come to the picture about what exactly has happened outside the Vidhan Saudha as well. Likely we could hear about many people having been injured and many more casualties as well, but of course that is subject to speculation. We need to hear more official news as to exactly what has happened. But yes, extremely concerning news coming from Bengaluru at a time when the city is supposed to be celebrating the fact that its home franchise has won the IPL.
Absolutely. What a sour turn when it comes to the celebrations. What an unfortunate development coming in as the government was planning to celebrate the boys in red. What a turn of events where after this Vidhana Saudha, where people were able to storm the Vidhana Saudha and the team had to leave there immediately and head for the Chinnaswamy Stadium. 7 people have now been reported dead in a stampede outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Several more reported to be injured as crowd control seems to have collapsed, and given the security concerns, the team has now returned back to their hotel. What a turn of events when it comes to the jubilation that had swept the city earlier today and since last night, but now an unfortunate note, an unfortunate turn in Bengaluru, which was priming to celebrate this victory, and now 7 people have been reported dead in this stampede. Sudat, you were there outside the Vidhana Saudha as well. It was all fine. The police had been deployed properly. What exactly went wrong outside the Vidhana Saudha which led to the situation at the Chinnaswamy Stadium as well?
Well, one unfortunate thing that happened is that the rain suddenly started to pour down heavily here at the Vidhana Saudha towards the very end of the felicitation program that was taking place for the RCB players from the Karnataka governor and the government. When heavy rain started to pour, the fans suddenly started to run helter-skelter, and that is when they tried to find some sort of protection and they try to barge into the Vidhan Saudha. Many people are also angry with the fact that they couldn't witness the players. The players too left in a hurry as a result of the rains. Perhaps you could have seen them staying for some more time, but due to the rains, they too left in a hurry, and the irate fans who were disappointed that they weren't able to see their marquee players, and of course due to the rains, ran helter-skelter, tried to barge into the Vidhan Saudha, and that was when use of stones being hurled, slippers being hurled, and huge problems have emerged actually, and the police too have been scurrying at a rapid pace to see that law and order is controlled, but right now you can see that crowds are slowly starting to, in fact, disperse from outside the Vidhana Saudha. Roads are finally seeing some sort of movement as people are dispersing. But how many more people would have been injured around the Vidhana Saudha? That is also something.
So that was the scene outside the Vidhana Saudha. Thank you, Sudha, for getting us that update. So rains, angry fans, pelting of stones and slippers at the Vidhana Saudha. But at the Chinnaswamy Stadium also, the stampede has led to 7 deaths. And now the team has turned away and gone back to the hotel. Harish is getting us the latest from outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Harish, what went wrong?
Well, when it comes to crowd control, what we understand is that 2 different gates of Vidhan Saudha, there has been an issue with crowd control. The information coming in that more than a dozen people were injured, at least 7 deaths so far. All of them right now, the mortal remains right now at the Bowring Hospital in Bengaluru. What we are also picking up is that 10 more people are injured. This includes a couple of children as well.
And even as we speak, there is a Herculean task that the Bengaluru police are right now facing. The crowd is not dispersing. It's moving at a very slow pace, despite the fact that there are now announcements being made telling people who are right.
The team has managed to win after 18 years. How are you seeing this?
We are very proud on behalf of the RCB and Karnataka. 18 years, a long struggle. Mr. Kohli's royalty has paid royalty, and he has been entire team, the dedication, and many of them have not left the team.
Correct.
So it is a very great, and this moment of youngsters, all sections of the society. Today I watched from the airport to Vidhan Saudha to the air. I think this is not a controllable crowd. Actually, I apologize for all the people of Karnataka and Bangalore. We wanted to take a position, but the crowd was very uncontrollable. So we dropped that position. So I appeal to excuse us, even from the Vidhan Saudha till here, though the rain came and it was the crowd was uncontrollable. The police also was finding very difficult, so we stopped the procession. We brought a open vehicle also there. I think you saw that.
Yes. Sir, there was a stampede,
number of injured or the casualty has been given for Stampede and Bengaluru.
Sir, stadium I can't confirm anything. Just now from the Vidhan Saudha, I couldn't bring I had to bring the secretary and the president in my vehicle. The crowd was so much. So
sir, questions are being raised of whether adequate How did a lapse like this happen, sir?
We had arranged more than 5,000. It is a young, vibrant crowd. This is a we can't use our lathi.
ಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗಿನ್ನ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಯವರು ಆ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ನೋಡಿ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧದಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೋ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಭಾಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸವರು ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಇದು ವೆರಿ ರಿಸ್ಕಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಪ್ಪಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಳೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಂತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ KC ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅಂಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ಎನಿವೇ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತು ಕೈ ಮುದ್ದು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ, ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರಮ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ನಮ್ಮ RCB ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಗೆದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ತಾವು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವರು ನಮಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು.
So that is the statement coming in from the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, saying that he apologizes to the people of the state, saying that he was unable and the forces were unable to control the crowd. They were uncontrollable. It's the pitch coming in from the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka. Harish is also back with us on the broadcast. So Harish, just clarify for us, 7 people who have lost their lives is the information we're getting. 10 to 16 have been injured. We'll try to reconnect with Harish to get more details when it comes to this unfolding situation. We're also getting a reaction from BJP's Amit Malviya also, who has said that tragic stampede in Bengaluru, a celebration has turned into a nightmare. Event organized by the Karnataka state government to celebrate RCB's IPL campaign, a stampede broke out due to poor planning and crowd mismanagement. So the BJP there blaming the state government for the poor management of the crowd, which has led to 7 deaths. BJP also saying that accountability must be fixed. Lives were lost due to negligence, not chance, is the statement coming in from BJP's Amit Malviya, taking a shot at the Karnataka government over this situation that has unfolded. We were reporting the scenes of jubilation across the city of Bengaluru, and now they have turned to horror. This fan frenzy has now led to the deaths of 7 people. 10 to 16 people are reported injured. An apology has come in from the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, saying that the crowd was not manageable at all. There were too many people gathered outside the stadium and the Vidhan Saudha, and the BJP now accusing the state government of negligence. Harish is back with us on the line. Harish, please clarify for us, these 7 deaths that have taken place, was this outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium or the Vidhan Saudha?
Well, all of them from outside Vidhan Saudha, outside Chinnaswamy Stadium, especially near a couple of gates of Chinnaswamy Stadium is where this stampede-like situation. What we do know
I think the lines are coming in and out, ladies and gentlemen. We try to connect with our reporters once again, but the stampede has disrupted the joy that had swept across the city of Bengaluru, now turning into a pure horror. 7 people have lost their lives in the stampede. As Harish pointed out, it was outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium where the RCB team was headed for that felicitation ceremony after the Vidhana Sauda. Now the celebrations have turned tragic. 7 people have died. 10 to 16 are reported injured. And what we are learning is that the DK Shivkumar, we just heard him just a few minutes back. He has apologized for the poor crowd management, saying that the crowd was uncontrollable. Harish is back with us on the broadcast for more details. Harish, over to you. We try to reconnect with our reporter over there, but those are the scenes coming in from Bengaluru, where the fan frenzy, ladies and gentlemen, has turned fatal. Remember, we were looking at the scenes of the RCB team touching down in Bengaluru, trying to gauge the kind of celebration with their fans, trying to connect with their fans after the stellar victory after 18 years. But this has turned into a fatal situation in the city of Bengaluru as it was celebrating RCB's victory. 7 people have lost their lives. This stampede outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium has led to 7 deaths, 10 to 16 injured. Sudat also getting us the latest updates. Sudat, over to you.
Well, it's extremely unfortunate what has taken place in Bengaluru. What was supposed to be a celebration, what was supposed to be a grand festive celebration to, laud the effort of RCB players who have finally clinched the trophy for the first time since its inception, has become into an extremely somber situation in Karnataka. The celebration has quickly turned into a mishap with several people reported dead. An extremely concerning news coming outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And as you can see, Deputy CM DK Shivkumar has apologized too, perhaps expressing a certain degree of helplessness as how this was an unprecedented situation. Clearly, this was a bit unprecedented. Yes, there was always going to be expectations of huge crowd gathering outside the Vidhana Sauda and the Chinnaswamy Stadium, but perhaps this, hysteria went well beyond the police department and the Karnataka government's calculations, and that is why this has, caused the unfortunate tragedy. Well, 7 people at least.
Right, so that continue to be with us. Those are the scenes on the left side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you can see the crowd is just getting crushed against the ground. You can see that they're trying to make their way to open ground, but you can see so many of them just getting crushed by the weight of the entire crowd at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And this has led to 7 deaths. We don't know whether this death toll will go up or not. 10 to 16 people are injured. Scenes of joy now turning into scenes of chaos and horror at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You can see so many people just crushing each other in that melee outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. To get more details on the situation on the ground, as we try to get to know what exactly happened as this crowd control failed outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium right after the Vidhana Sauda. Rohini Swami is also joining us on the broadcast to get more details after this. The scenes of joy have turned into horror in Bengaluru. Rohini, what more can you get for us?
Well, if that had taken place as soon as the RCB team landed with a special flight from the N18L airport, and they were taken a procession all the way to their hotel, after which they were supposed to be a part of a government and merely what the police had expected was around 2 to 2.5 lakh people present at the Chinnaswamy Stadium or around the stadium to be part of the celebrations. Though initially there was a plan to actually have another victory procession between Vidhana Sauda and Chinnaswamy Stadium in the bus with the winning team holding the cup. It was last minute on the advice of the Bangalore Traffic Police. It was cancelled because they felt that would cause traffic jams and other issues as well. But unfortunately, right now, around 7 people have died, and now 26 people are seriously injured and admitted at the Bowring Hospital. Now the police is but they are hoping that it's there as well. Now there are nearly 6 to 6.5 lakh people in Chinnaswamy Stadium outside. If we are multiple as well, metro stations, there are 3.
Right, we try to reconnect with Rohini over there, but the BJP also now taking an aim at the Karnataka government, where BJP Karnataka has now put out a statement saying that 7 dead, many are battling for life after a stampede due to the irresponsibility of the Congress government. No crowd control measures, no basic arrangements, just chaos. While innocent people died, Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar were busy shooting reels and hogging the limelight with cricketers, is the statement coming in from the BJP. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, since last night, we were reporting on the joy that had swept Bengaluru. Now it is pure horror. 7 people dead, 10 to 16 injured, and this number could go up. But this is the reaction coming in from Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivkumar.
The entire Karnataka is excited. We are very happy to all the Karnataka youngsters and all the section of the people, from old age to youngsters. They prayed, they loved, they gave their strength, and after 18 years long, we could succeed. And I would like to congratulate Mr. Kohli, who stood like a rock for this. His loyalty to Karnataka has paid royalty. He has given his heart, he has given his love, he has given his youth and all his strength to the success. I hope this will be the beginning, and days to come, the years to come, we are going to achieve the same cup remains with RCB.
So clearly, while the situation continues to unfold on the ground, we're getting that reaction from DK Shivkumar. This is probably an old reaction when it comes to the situation on the ground, as there were scenes of jubilation across the city. But DK Shivkumar there has also, in an earlier statement, apologized for the crowd control, saying that the crowd was unmanageable at the Chinnaswamy Stadium as well as the Vidhana Sauda. As my colleagues were also pointing out, the rains kind of spooked and pushed the crowds into a frenzy, and the angry fans were also very furious at the security personnel because they wanted to get closer to the players. So they started pelting stones and slippers at the security personnel at the Vidhana Sauda. Now that sparked a frenzy outside the Vidhana Sauda, and now clearly there's some sense of normalcy, but the situation got even worse at the Chinnaswamy Stadium as the team was approaching. Now what we are learning is that there was a massive stampede. Now that at the extreme left of your screen are the scenes of the stampede. You can see people just being crushed by the crowd that they were a part of, trying to get out of it. But in that attempt to trying to get out of the crowd, they were just walking all over each other. And this has led to 7 deaths. 10 to 16 have been injured, including children, and the crowd is not dispersing outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium as the police is struggling to contain the situation and disperse the entire crowd. To get more details, Harish is back with us on the broadcast. Harish, over to you.
Okay. Well, details coming in that more number of injured might have been rushed to a different hospital. So fear now, Ayushman, is that the number of casualties and injured that we're looking at could in fact cross double figures. That's the fear within the administration right now. Even as we speak, there are efforts now from the police administration and the state government to clear out the crowd that's outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Remember, the ones inside are not the problem yet, but the ones outside, nearly 30,000-40,000 people on streets of Chinnaswamy Stadium. Outside the main gate, that's the real problem. They are being here. As a precautionary measure, the Bangalore Metro Rail Corporation has closed the metro station entry and exit gate at the Kavan Park Metro Station that's right next to the stadium. So the Bengaluru police staring at a Herculean task of ensuring that first, the nearly 30,000 people outside the stadium on the roads are cleared, and then they also clear out the people who are inside the stadium. That's what they're staring at this point in time. What we also know is the fact that the people are now rushing to the Boring Hospital where the casualties and the injured have been taken.
Right, I'm also joined by Vivek Narayan on the broadcast as well. So Vivek, we were reporting on the celebration that has swept across the city of Bengaluru, now turning into a pure horror. We can see those visuals on our screen from outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. People just got into this melee with each other amid this crowd, walking over each other, trying to get out of this crowd. And in the process, 7 people have now been reported dead, 10 injured, including children, as the situation continues to unfold. And the police is struggling to ease out the crowd at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, both outside and inside the stadium.
Extremely unfortunate round of events happening there at Chinnaswamy Stadium. We can just confirm that we have heard from our sources in the Bowring Hospital that the number of dead has crossed the double-digit mark. It is 11 dead at the Bowring Hospital. 7 are there injured in that particular hospital who are in injured condition. We don't know how serious they are. And 4 are admitted at the Vaidehi Hospital. So the number of dead and injured has gone up, and let's be clear on this: these numbers could actually go up. See, Bangalore police all through was wary of such a situation. They had flagged that this could happen. It was told not to go ahead with an open bus, open vehicle celebration because it is very difficult to control crowds, especially in a heavily crowded area like Bangalore downtown in the city, heart of the city. So many of the police recommendations that we are coming to know that were turned down by the political leadership. There was never a plan of these cricketers going to the Vidhan Saudhan, meeting with the government officials, with the Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister. But that was actually forced down the throat of these organizers. They were asked to bring these cricketers there. That photo opportunity was too good to miss for them. But look what has led to all this, the absolute stampede. Point number 2 which happened was the issuance of pass. It would have been extremely difficult to issue passes to people for a match which happened a day before. How can you issue passes online? The servers had crashed. Many people could not get those passes. So thousands of people without passes had gathered outside the gate. Though KCA, though RCB officials kept on saying, don't come here without a pass. But it was quite understandable that the fans, in their joy, in their elation, they all turned up there. They just wanted to see their stars. And this is what happened. You know, there are these 3 gates where this happened. Gate number 3, gate number 10, and gate number 11. I repeat, gate number 3, 10, and 11 of the Chinnaswamy Stadium where the stampede happened. 3 separate locations. The police beyond a point could not do anything because sudden rainfall also happened to make things worse. So people started rushing into the stadium also at that point, jumping over each other. Many were suffocated in the process, as you can see. Very painful pictures on the left-hand side of the screen. But this is what happens when a terribly unplanned event is happened like that. But if they could not do it today, they could have at least postponed it for a day and made sure that further arrangements could have been done. And as I told you, top sources in the Bangalore police have told, and it was quite clear that they were not ready to handle the situation. They had informed them that, there cannot be a victory parade right now because they are ill-equipped, the roads are not ready. Also, the monsoons are in its full fury across South.
Right.
So there should have been planning at some level. Yeah.
Yes, Vivek continues to be with us. This is a tragic turn of events as far as the RCB celebrations are concerned. We are being told that the number of dead could go upwards of 7. Right now, we can confirm that 7 are reportedly dead. This number could rise. But what Vivek is pointing out to is extremely serious. And Vivek, I continue to be with you, even as Brinda Adige, who's a social activist based in Karnataka, joining us. You're saying that the police communicated that they were ill-equipped or ill-prepared to handle such a scale of celebrations. That will make it more damning if the government decided that they wanted to go ahead